Nancy Guthrie vanished from her own home, and the only thing she left behind was a mystery that continues to grow darker with every passing day. What started as a terrifying kidnapping has now turned into something even more disturbing. Because just when investigators thought they had identified the key moment, the man caught on camera approaching her front porch, a new video surfaced. And this time, it changed everything. The footage didn't come from Nancy's home. It came from somewhere else entirely. A completely different neighborhood. A completely different house. But what investigators saw in that video sent a chill through the entire investigation. Because it showed what appears to be the same man, days before Nancy was ever taken. And if that connection is real, it means this wasn't random. It means someone may have been watching, waiting, planning. Nancy Guthrie's disappearance immediately triggered alarm. According to investigators, the moment they reviewed the original porch footage from Nancy's home, they knew this wasn't a simple break-in or coincidence. The video showed a man calmly approaching her front door. He didn't appear rushed. He didn't appear nervous. In fact, his behavior suggested something far more unsettling: familiarity and control. This wasn't someone acting on impulse. This was someone who seemed prepared. Authorities quickly escalated the case, bringing in federal investigators, including the FBI. That alone revealed how serious the situation was. Cases involving ransom demands, digital communication, and possible interstate elements often require federal resources. And in this case, there were already signs that the person responsible was operating with planning and intent. But then came the discovery that would shift the timeline entirely. A new video surfaced on Ring's Neighbors app. At first glance, it didn't seem directly connected. It showed a man walking near the front porch of a completely different home. The footage was recorded 8 days before Nancy Guthrie was kidnapped. And perhaps most disturbing of all, the location was just 6.5 miles from Nancy's house. Investigators who reviewed the footage immediately noticed something unsettling. The man in this video appeared to share the same physical characteristics as the suspect seen at Nancy's home. He had a goatee, a mustache, similar posture, similar build, similar movement patterns. Authorities were careful not to publicly confirm it was the same person. But behind the scenes, their reaction was clear. A high-level official involved in the investigation stated they were absolutely looking at this video. That single statement revealed everything. This wasn't just coincidence. This was potentially evidence that the suspect had been in the area long before Nancy disappeared. Which raises a terrifying possibility: Nancy may have been watched days, or even weeks, before she was taken. The behavior seen in the video only deepened those concerns. The man wasn't simply passing by. He appeared to be lingering, observing, studying the house. His movements suggested awareness of his surroundings, but also a purpose. Investigators began to consider the possibility that this was part of a scouting process. Someone surveying homes, learning patterns, identifying vulnerabilities. If true, it would confirm what many investigators fear most, that this crime was planned in advance. This wasn't random. This wasn't spontaneous. This was deliberate. And yet, despite having footage of the suspect, one of the most critical pieces of the puzzle remains missing: the vehicle. Authorities have expressed frustration over their inability to identify any vehicle connected to the suspect. No clear footage has surfaced showing how he arrived or how he left. No license plate. No make or model. Nothing. That absence is significant. Vehicles often provide some of the strongest leads in investigations like this. They can be tracked, identified, linked to owners, captured on traffic cameras. But in this case, it's as if the suspect vanished without a trace. Investigators have cast a wide net, asking residents in surrounding areas to review any footage they may have from the weeks leading up to the kidnapping. Even the smallest detail could be the key that breaks the case open. Because someone had to see something. Someone had to notice something unusual. Someone may unknowingly hold the missing piece. But then, the situation took an even darker turn. The ransom notes. 2 separate ransom communications were sent, demanding $6 million in Bitcoin. The use of cryptocurrency immediately added another layer of complexity. Unlike traditional ransom demands, Bitcoin transactions can provide anonymity, but not complete invisibility. Every Bitcoin transaction is recorded on a public ledger. Investigators can analyze wallets, track movement, follow digital trails. Authorities began closely monitoring the Bitcoin account provided in the ransom demand. Days passed. Then weeks. But the money never appeared. 2 weeks after the kidnapping, the $6 million remained untouched. No deposit. No movement. This raised new questions. Was the kidnapper waiting? Were they watching law enforcement? Were they hesitant? Or was something else happening behind the scenes? Investigators became intensely focused on the ransom notes themselves. According to sources familiar with the case, federal authorities are vitally interested in those communications. That level of interest suggests there may be more hidden within those messages than the public realizes. Digital fingerprints, writing patterns, technical metadata. Even the timing of messages can reveal clues. And then came something even stranger. Anonymous emails began appearing. Someone claiming to know the identity of the kidnapper reached out. But instead of simply providing information, they made a demand of their own. They wanted 1 Bitcoin, worth approximately $67,000, in exchange for revealing what they knew. The sender claimed they feared retaliation. They said they needed money to disappear. They didn't want to be identified. They didn't want to be labeled a rat. Investigators faced a difficult reality. They had no way of knowing if this person was telling the truth. It could be a scam. Someone exploiting fear for profit. Or it could be someone genuinely close to the situation. Someone who knows exactly what happened. Authorities have not publicly confirmed whether they believe the anonymous sender is credible. But sources indicate they are taking the possibility seriously. Because in cases like this, even false leads can sometimes point toward real answers. Meanwhile, investigators continue analyzing every piece of evidence. Every frame of video. Every digital trace. Every possible connection. The new ring footage remains one of the most disturbing developments. Because if it truly shows the same suspect, it confirms something investigators feared from the beginning. This wasn't random. This was preparation. This was surveillance. This was planning. It suggests the suspect wasn't acting blindly. They were choosing. Watching. Waiting for the right moment. And perhaps most unsettling of all, Nancy may not have been the only person they were watching. That possibility has forced investigators to consider broader scenarios. Was Nancy specifically targeted? Or was she one of several potential victims? The answer remains unclear. What is clear is that the suspect showed patience, control, awareness. These are not the traits of someone acting impulsively. These are the traits of someone who believes they can avoid being caught. But history has shown that even the most careful criminals leave traces. Tiny details. Moments they don't realize are being recorded. Mistakes they don't realize they've made. And now, investigators are closing in on those details. Every day that passes brings new analysis. New leads. New possibilities. The ransom notes remain under intense scrutiny. The Bitcoin wallet remains monitored. The footage continues to be examined frame by frame. Somewhere in that evidence lies the truth. Somewhere in that timeline lies the moment that will expose everything. And somewhere, someone knows exactly what happened to Nancy Guthrie. They may be silent now. They may be hiding. They may believe they've gotten away with it. But investigations like this don't stop. They evolve. They adapt. They close in. The new video may have already changed everything. Because if investigators can prove the suspect was scouting the area days before the kidnapping, it brings them one step closer to identifying him. And once that happens, the entire mystery begins to unravel. Until then, the question remains. Who was the man on the porch? And how long had he been watching? This case isn't over. Not even close.